Hey guys, Evil Animation here from MUCollectorClub.com, doing another Marvel Legends review from the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy figure set. So I did a couple individual reviews on two of the more popular figures of the wave. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just do a review of each, the rest of the wave outside of their packages, and kind of just do a quick overview so you guys can see them. So the next character we have up is Drax. You know, definitely different from the comic book. Very interesting. He actually has these really detailed tattoos all over him. They're not drawn on him. They're actually sculpted on him, which is pretty cool. Just like in the movie, you can tell like how they stick out of his skin, almost like he was branded basically with these tattoos. So you can see that he's got them front and back, and the one on his back, I mean his whole back is covered. Pretty cool. Very detailed. I like the way it looks. He has articulation. He can look up and down, all the way down. His head rotates left to right. He has shoulder, ball joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrists, and then swivel wrists as well. And he has an ab crunch. He can lean pretty far forward. That's good. Waist swivel. He's got his ball joints on his hips. Upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, and then of course ankle pivots, and then up and down as well. So he's a very cool figure. I like the way he looks. It's neat. They actually gave him holsters for his weapons. So you can see how it holds his knives. Both sides has those. So he looks pretty good. Then I added his weapons to his hands, so you can kind of see how he holds the knives. And it's pretty cool. He actually looks pretty good. Next up we have Star-Lord. His face, I don't know, like his likeness isn't on. It's a little off. I mean, I would have liked to see it be a little bit, kind of resemble him a little bit better, but it's pretty good for the most part. He does have ball joint shoulders, a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, his wrist swivels. They actually pivot as well, both sides. You can open his jacket. He has an ab crunch, which works pretty good even though he's got this jacket on. Swivel at the waist. He's got hip articulation, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, rockers, and then pivots as well. These little jet packs on the side do make it difficult for his ankles to pivot outward, but they do pivot inward, no problem. But both sides are the same. They have the same issue. But he stands very well. He's carrying his backpack. So, very cool. He comes with a couple of accessories. Both of his weapons. Carries 2 guns. Here. And then the orb that we've seen him stealing in the movie, on the trailer. Okay. The alternate head, where he's wearing the mask. Nice, fun pair of headphones. And then, kind of see, it's a Walkman that he comes with as well. Let's put the headphones on him. Put the Walkman in his hand. Oh, it's hard for him to hold. But anyways, you get the point. So I'm going to switch him up and add some guns to him, and we'll take a look and see what he looks like all weaponed up. And that's Star-Lord with the alternate head, and then how he holds the weapons. Now, just to let you know, the weapons, they don't fit in his hands very well. They're pretty loose. His fingers are fitted for the different holes that the guns have, but they are a little bit loose. See, they kind of just fall out. They're not really tight in there. So I don't know, maybe there would be a better way for them to stick in his hands. But just so you know, they're a little bit loose, so that's why I kind of had him pointing upward, because they seem to fit in his hand better that way. But that's Star-Lord. Very nice wash on his back. I think he's a very detailed figure. My only gripe is I just wished his head sculpt looked a little bit better, but other than that, he's a very very cool character. And next up we have Gamora. Very nice looking figure. Some of the paint apps are a little off on her chest, on the little metal pieces that she has on there. So other than that, it's not bad, but you can see where they did a nice interesting effect on her legs. They used like a translucent paint on the little cuts on her legs, which is kind of cool. So you kind of turn around and you see, and then they added like a red to her hair at the bottom, and then it gets black at the top. Actually, they did a pretty good job on her eyes, and then like her face as well. Now she has ball joint in the shoulder, no bicep swivel, only a single jointed arm, and then her wrists do pivot and rotate. So she is missing a double jointed elbow and then a bicep swivel, but I assume it's just because her her arms are so thin. She does not have an ab crunch, but she does have a ab twist, but no rotation at the waist. She has her hip joints that apparently do not go any higher than that, so she cannot actually, that's as far as they go. So basically she almost has like a T-crotch, like the old I shouldn't say old, but the Star Wars figures, because that's as far as they go. She can't go. There's like a piece right here that's actually hindering her from it moving any further. So she does have upper thigh swivels, double jointed knee, and then she does not have an ankle pivot. She only has an ankle, she doesn't have it doesn't pivot, it only goes up and down. So both sides are that way. And I don't know if she would have one anyways with this piece here. It would probably be hindering her a lot. And then she just has a sword for a weapon, and it does not fit very well in her hand. So maybe this side would be better. That side's it's better. But you can see that the sword's already kind of warping. So it's made of a soft plastic. So I don't know how. I guess you could boil it and then and it would get it back into shape. You can freeze it. She's very hard to get to stand up properly. Her feet seem to be really, really small. She has little tiny feet. So that's about, I'm not going to be able to get her to stand up very well. Well, that's not going to work. But anyways, that's Gamora. Very good looking figure. She does lack some articulation, so just be aware of that when you're picking her up. And for the most anticipated figure of this wave, we have Ironman. Okay, not really. I know nobody really wants this figure. The only reason people buy this figure is because they want a complete Groot. I guess, we've all had our fill of Ironman, but he looks good. He's got these little shoulder pieces that kind of move up and down, so it doesn't hinder his shoulder movement very much. So he actually has a ball jointed shoulders that and I just popped it off. Let me grab it. Put it back on. So you can see they rotate back and forth. So it's pretty good. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. His wrists swivel, and they actually go back and forth. They can't go inward due to this sculpt here on this arm, but they can go outward. So he has an ab crunch. He can look pretty far down, look all the way back. If you prop his head, actually look up pretty good. He does have a waist swivel. He's got his articulation on his hips that are you can go pretty far. Upper thigh swivel. double jointed knees, and then he has his rocker ankles, ankle pivot, and then back and they go up and down as well. So you can take a look at the back of him. You know, there's no paint apps on the back. They left that pretty solid. There's a little bit on his legs down below, but for the most part he's pretty solid on the back. Just that solid red kind of sparkly plastic. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on him. Obviously I don't think too many people are really wanting this figure. Most of us, like I said, just buy him because we need to finish Groot. So that is him. So for the big character, who most people I believe really want, is Groot. He probably doesn't fit in my camera, so let me adjust. Very cool Groot. So this is Groot. This is the Build-A-Figure Groot. I think he looks awesome. The detail on him is very, very nice. I mean, just here alone on his torso looks really good. You can turn him around. I mean, he's got tons of detail on the back. So the only thing I wish they wouldn't have done is I wish they wouldn't have cast him in such a shiny plastic. Up here where they've painted the green, it dulls down the shine and it looks really, really good. But down here where there is no paint, like especially on the back, especially on his legs, you can see that he's really, really shiny. Again, here where they've painted the green, it dulls down the shine a lot, but you can see it here. So that'd be my only thing. Like if they would have just dry brushed some other areas, so he wasn't shining, because obviously he's not going to be a shiny tree. But we'll take a look at his articulation. His head is on a ball joint. He does not have a pivot though, so it's just, you can look left, right, and then a little bit down, a little bit up. His shoulders has nice shoulder ball joints. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then a wrist swivel and a pivot. He actually has both. Okay. He does have a torso twist, no waist. He's got his thighs go up and down. They do twist a little bit, but it's kind of like that weird, those, like the Thor figures, when they started doing that kind of weird, you have to do twist kind of articulation on it. Just a single joint in his knee, and then he does have ankle pivots, which is cool, but they do not move. There is no swivel or pivot, but he does have an ankle pivot to the left and right. So, but Groot is very cool. I mean, like I said, the main reason I bought this wave was to get Groot. I'm very happy with him. I like the way he looks. Comparison wise to like a Marvel Universe figure, you can see Jean. Put Jean in there. Groot might be a little bit too big, technically for the Marvel Universe, but I don't care. I like the way he looks. It's nice to have a Build-A-Figure, again, that can kind of fit into the Marvel Universe. So that's Groot. Like I said, great addition to the collection. You guys can check the rest of the videos out if you guys visit mucollectorclub.com. Like the videos, subscribe, and then come hang out with us. And we have lots of topics we cover, from comics to movies to all kinds of stuff. So feel free to drop by and hang out, and come back again and check out. Maybe I'll have some more videos up. All right, thanks a lot, guys.